The quarterback and that is no best 10-yard really. Yes, it's there. Yeah, really. Someone will give Daniel Jones. Someone will give Daniel Jones.
This is for these meetings, that's who I do. I guess not. Okay.
Like all the December 2nd, Board of Supervisors in order, please join me in the pledge. I believe in the spirit of fire of the United States of America, to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Board met in executive sessions, first matter of real estate and litigation. Next, we have the approval of the minutes. I have a motion to approve the minutes.
Monday, November 18th, 2024, Board of Supervisors meeting minutes.
All second, all in favor?
Aye.
Nice, it's fine.
Thank you. The administration and Parks and Rec departments will be closed for the winter holiday beginning Tuesday, December 24th. Offices will reopen on Thursday, January 2nd, 2025. The Board of Supervisors Reorganizational meeting will be held on Monday, January 6th, 2025 at 7 p.m. right here in this room. So I have.
Thank you. Citizens comment, we have none. Back to you, town manager report.
Thank you. First on the manager's report is the Jamison Courthouse of 2160 York Road, Reporter Overlay District Review. On November 14th, the township received a zoning permit application submission by the Jamison Courthouse. The applicant's requesting to repair the structural supports, but they have some architectural features, some stonework, and a small roof that is over top of the sign, and keeping the existing aluminum graphic panel. So they're looking for quarter overlay approval. A depiction of it is there. Is there somebody from the Jamison? Sir, do you want to come up?
Sure. I'm Dan Nolan, I'm one of the owners. Now, we had redone the sign when we bought the place from Joe a few years ago, but it was just panels. You guys approved the structure itself is in bad disrepair. It's literally leaning at this point. Wood is rotted, so we're just basically repairing the structure as is. Put the sideboards back up, it's really all right.
Same sign's already there.
Correct. We don't just get this.
I have a motion.
Make a motion that we approve the Jamison Warehouse signage.
I will second that. All in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Enjoy the rest of your evening.
You too.
Pardon? Closed on Mondays, but I wanted.
Next item on the agenda is zoning hearing board 24-20, the Schenk Brothers and Sons property at 138 Railroad Drive. On November 14th, the township received a zoning hearing board application submission by Schenk Brothers and Sons. The applicant is appealing the decision of the zoning officer challenging the validity of the zoning ordinance, requesting a use variance following their receipt of the township's denial letter dated October 16th. The applicant has requested a use and occupancy certificate for the subject property to operate a G24 vehicular repair upholstery business. The building is currently operating as an H16 flex space use. Subsequently, the applicant requested they operate an H7 crafts and upholstery use. Regardless of which use it is, the H16 flex space use does not permit the desired G24 vehicular repair or the H7 crafts or upholstery use. Additionally, adding an H16 flex space use with an H7 or G24 use on the same property would constitute two or more primary uses, which would also require a variance. So the applicant is looking to receive zoning review from the Board of Supervisors prior to their zoning hearing board hearing next month.
What's the other uses then?
The building is operating as an H16 flex space.
Okay.
So that's light manufacturing, warehousing, assembly, and office space.
Okay. I thought we had the same issue and we, in one of our zoning changes, had allowed them to service. Mine just,
We added repair shop and in the zoning ordinance, the repair shop specifically defined as not automotive, so that would be like it says like lawn mower, so it's small engine repair.
okay,
Repairs. I think the real difference changed, and it's not just from the zoning ordinance, but from the building code as well. Because when you're driving a vehicle into a building, there's a lot more that needs to be done from a life safety standpoint.
all right. Michael, any questions?
But is the applicant here? No?
So our option basically is if we want to take no action, just send it to zoning and let them sort it out.
You may decide that. Mary, you recommend something with the appeal decision of the zoning officer to challenge the validity of the zoning ordinance as far as, it's,
Well, it's not a zoning enforcement notice, so it's not that we have to present the testimony first. Even though they're appealing the decision, it's not the same thing when they're just arguing that they shouldn't be there.
would it be in the township interest to oppose the relief? Could they pursue the appeal? Or that, stay neutral?
I think it's always a good idea to suggest to the zoning hearing board, it doesn't necessarily need an attorney attending, but maybe a letter saying that, the board like review the application and determine it was appropriate to remain neutral on the issue of a variance. However, on the issue of the zoning officer's decision or any interpretation of the ordinance contrary to the zoning officer, the Board of Supervisors would oppose that portion of the application. So if they decide to grant relief, please grant it on the basis of a variance, not on the basis that this is the use that we always want to see.
Okay.
Does that make sense?
Yep.
Yes.
Yes.
Yes. You want to make that motion?
It would be, to make a motion to authorize the staff or solicitor as the staff or solicitor to send a letter to the zoning hearing board remaining neutral on the issue of the variance and opposing any interpretation contrary to the zoning officer.
Can I make a motion to what Mary just said?
So moved. I'll second. All in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Thank you, Mary.
Okay, next is resolution 2024-35. The township performs an annual recycling grant, and we're due to update our intergovernmental agreement. The grant coordination with our surrounding municipalities allows us to realize administrative cost savings for the grant preparation and processing. I recommend approving this resolution and continue this arrangement.
Michael, any questions?
No, John.
Can I have a motion?
I make a motion that we approve resolution 2024-35 for the recycling grant.
I'll second. All in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Bill payments, I request approval of the bill payments for December 2nd, 2024, in the amount of $88,792.82, subject to audit.
Michael, any questions?
No.
Can I have a motion?
I make a motion that we approve the bill payments for 12/2/2024, subject to audit.
I'll second that. All in favor?
Aye.
All right, thank you, Colin. Mary?
I have nothing to report this evening.
Michelle?
the item I have for you tonight, excuse me, is concerning the development known as 1549 Stony Road, or the Shahada development. They have requested a blasting permit to remove rock at their development for that portion located at the end of Breton Hill Road. The development agreement that the township signed with the developer requires several administrative things to be done. The first of which is that they have to submit a report to the township that is reviewed by our office that discusses alternatives to the blasting. And at your next Board of Supervisors meeting, which is tonight, it has to be reviewed by the board. We have discussed their report with the contractor and the developer and found it to be in order. And we'll note that we believe that the blasting at this site, which is again only located, blasting will be done at the end of Breton Hill Road, will probably be less of a nuisance for the surrounding neighbors, because it would probably take weeks for them to rip and hammer out the rock that is there. So we have no objection to the report.
Okay. Do you need a motion, or is this just information?
I believe what the development agreement says is they have to report back to you, but doesn't necessarily require action.
Okay. All right. Very good. Michael, do you have any questions?
Yeah, do they have to stick to certain hours for blasting, or do they have to notify the neighbors around them? Is that all written into our agreement?
It's all written in your agreement, what they have to do. They have to, as part of the process, they have to go and survey every residence within, I think, 350 feet. And note any cracking or any settlement of those existing structures. And then they have to notify everybody within 1,000 feet. And there has to be public notice in the newspaper, insurance requirements, and things of that nature.
Maintenance.
They're gonna do that, and this, and the township is gonna go on that. We've drafted our own notices, people are ready to go. Still, it's because it's not just the blasting, but it'll be road construction, but wide and sturdy road. Will have totally work being done, so we have notice prepared, which we're essentially just waiting on a construction schedule. The developer to give people some type of estimate timeline for this.
Thank you, Michelle. All right, we're to old business. Michael, you old business?
Done.
Kyle? New business, Michael?
None.
Kyle? Oh, public comment?
Just a quick question. Are we gonna double like that 1,000 feet? Are we, where you said we're adding to that? How much are we adding to that notice?
No, what I meant was, there will be 1,000-foot requirement, and that'll be prepared by the developer, and they'll submit it, but that'll be more focused on the blasting. Township is gonna also do our own notice over top of that, not necessarily further, but it'll be everybody that lives on Breton Hill and everybody that lives in the, I'll call it this section of Stony Road between Bristol Road and Bentley.
Yep.
Just so that they know everything that's gonna happen with the development, not just blasting, but everything.
Okay.
Anything else? All right. Is there a motion for John?
Make a motion to get there.
Second. See you January.
Oh, great.